Hi, welcome back to my channel. In case you don't know me, my name is Whitney and I'm a modern day alchemist. I help guide women to live their best lives by living in their feminine energy and discovering their life purpose. If that sounds like something that interests you, then come back to my channel for more videos. We talk about all things divine feminine, spirituality, the masculine, the balance in between, and how to apply that to your everyday life so you can live more magically every day. Like I said, my name is Whitney and I'm so excited that you're here for the journey. So first off, today we are actually going to be talking about 3 tips to help you live more in your feminine energy and more in your body every day. So, first tip for me personally was to define what I consider feminine and what are some traits that a feminine woman has for me. A big one for me was flexibility, not only in her mind, but also in her body. Being able to be physically flexible was something that A was super sexy to me, as well as like just very beautiful. A woman being able to have full control over every muscle of her body and just be so connected with every fiber of her being was just something that was always so beautiful to me. I really admire ballerinas and dancers in that way, that they can just speak awe and beauty into the world, and that's something that I aspire to be. So the first thing for me was stretching and working out. I started with just stretching so that it was something that I could do every single day. I did the same stretch routine every single day, and it has increased my flexibility exponentially. Sorry, I went to use a word and then forgot it halfway through. It has just increased my flexibility. I can do the splits either way, but not front splits yet, and that's my next goal. But so discovering and defining what I felt was feminine and how I wanted to hold myself in my feminine energy was a big thing. I wrote down what things, what qualities, what traits a divine feminine woman had, and a woman that I wanted to be had, that had the lifestyle that I had. What kind of qualities did they exude every day? Because you can't really move forward in progress or see any progress if you don't have a goal. So if you have a goal of who you want to be, if you want to look put together every time you go out of the house, you want to be able to look presentable or have your hair done, or just anything that you want to have about yourself, you need to know that before you're going to consciously make efforts into making that a habit. So then, with connecting with my body, so my first tip is to define what you consider feminine and who you want to be when you are at your best self. Like, how does that look? What does your best self look for you? And then my second hack is going to be connecting with all of the elements. So I guess it's not really a hack because it's like something that is taking work, but my second like tip to be able to build that divine feminine in yourself and to live in it more often is to bring in the 4 elements into your body, recognize those in your body and transmute them into whatever energy you're wanting. You know, if you're like, ooh, I just want to ooze like sensual appeal, or I want to be really magnetic, or I just want to attract kindness, like whatever kind of person you want to be and whatever you want to like ooze out of you, you can use the 4 elements in your body to transmute those into that type of energy to bring in that type of thing into your life, you know, whether it be that type of masculine energy, that type of friends, that type of abundance, that type of feelings, even that ease, that flow of that just feminine lightness. So with bringing in the 4 elements, a big thing that really helped me was a plant in my house. Having a plant inside not only gives you a little bit of responsibility, but also it just allows you to have something green to look at. It's scientifically proven that that green life color actually helps wake you up in the morning and feel more rested. Your air quality also improves having plants in your home, as well as your creativity actually goes up with having plants in your home too. So having a live plant in your home, if you can't have a live plant, you can start with a fake one because the color helps your brain, you know, fake it till you make it sort of thing. And so having a plant in your home. For the water, you can either take like baths, like a nice like calming ritual bath or something like that, where you bathe with intention, or you could just wash your feet sort of thing if you don't want to take a full bath or full shower. I really love doing like a foot bath, like a self-care foot bath where you put like Epsom salts in there and just kind of connect with the water. You could also have like moon water inside, or just water that was blessed with intention in general. You could also bring in things that remind you of the ocean or nature, water in nature, or have like a waterfall sound, things like that that can really connect you. But basically, the waters in your body are going to be like your sacred waters of your womb, as well as the blood that is flowing through your veins. So, connecting with that, like meditating, and the water and the air kind of go hand in hand, because you can do breath work is for your air. And so, if you're doing breath work and you're meditating and you're thinking about the waters that are in your body, then that can really help you connect to those two elements and just transmute with the elements into abundance and into that flow that you want to have. You know, nothing flows like water and wind does. It's just beautiful, ongoing, and shapes the world, really. And then, as far as the fire, fire is going to be that life force inside of you. So it's going to be like getting your heart rate going. You could go for a run, you could do a workout, or you can do it in a calmer way of like breath work, of activating that fire with breath work. But you can also activate it with emotions, and with emotions you can do it with affirmations behind it. So you can say that emotion, say it really forcefully with that affirmation, you know, of I am a warrior, or whatever affirmation you're trying to use in there. And don't say it with like anger, but say it with force behind it, activating that fire inside you to be able to use that fire towards whatever energetic goal you have or physical goal you have as well. And that fire is kind of a little bit of our masculine side too, of tapping into those more goal oriented, that motivation, that external motivation, and internal motivation as well, because it just gets you, you know, literally fired up, like that excitement and just that energy, that bubbly, ready to do something, that springtime energy. And like springtime is so feminine because it's born. It's things being born and growing and being birthed into the world, you know, animals and plants, and the sun's coming back out. But with that being born is that masculine energy of forward movement, you know? And so I think it's just really beautiful how in nature you see that balance, and it helps us see that balance in ourselves as well. So then again, to reinnovate, I'm just going to keep going like over the tips because I know I ramble a little bit. So first thing is defining what femininity looks like for you. Second thing is connecting with the elements, and again, and what it looks like for you. And then my third thing is expanding your capability for receiving. So the universe can, if you think of yourself as like a flask, let's say, or a beaker, you can only pour as much into a container as the container can hold. You can keep pouring, but all of it's going to spill out and none of it is going to stay in that container. And it can cycle through, you know, the new water can go in and the old water can go out. However, nothing is going to stay. You can't hold more and you can't increase your capacity. So what we want to do is we want to grow our beaker. We want to grow our pot that we are growing in and grow that capacity, just like a goldfish. We're goldfish, guys. Just like a goldfish, how if you didn't know this, a goldfish actually grows as big as the container that you have it in. So for instance, my grandma has goldfish in her pond that are like the size of koi fish. They're like big old things because it's a big old pond and it can support that ecosystem. But the goldfish's body will not grow bigger if there's not space to support it. And just like us, if we don't support that growth, we cannot grow bigger. We have to feed our body things to grow, just like we have to feed our mind things to grow. We need to be learning, we need to be up leveling, doing that inner work, doing that shadow work, journaling, deep, reaching inside yourself and being grateful for the things that you have right now, but never forgetting the future that you want, you know, keeping that aligned movement. And so expanding your capability for receiving can start really as simple things like a compliment. One thing that I really like to do is if somebody compliments me, I like to pass that compliment on to some other random person. You know, like I see somebody who has a super cute skirt and I'm like, you have a super adorable skirt. I just wanted to tell you looked really put together and amazing today. Have a great day. And they're like, oh my gosh. And you just changed their day. And so you can pass on the compliment that you received earlier in the day and start a whole chain of changing people's day. And usually it's a woman that I'm complimenting, so you know I'm thinking about changing a line of women's days, but it can change whoever's day and still be amazing. And so receiving a compliment like that, just saying like, oh, thank you, and just sitting in it and being thankful, you know. I had seen this post and it was talking about how if you're not grateful to your man when he gives you something, like, or even you, if you give somebody something and they're like, thanks, like whatever, they don't care, you're like, oh, I'm not giving them anything ever again. But if they're like, thank you, like, I always appreciate the things that you bring me, it makes such a beautiful difference in my day, you're gonna want to get them stuff, you're gonna want to give them more things. And that is the art of feminine energy. It's not manipulation, it's making people feel good about you receiving. And so you can upgrade your capability for receiving and what the universe wants to send you by being grateful for the things that you receive every day. So even if you buy something, the universe still made it possible for you to have that job so that you could make that paycheck, so that electronics could send you it in the bank. Like everything that came along was somebody else doing something along the way to get that to your pocket for you to spend it. And so being grateful and acknowledging that line of what it went through and where it came from, and you know, just being grateful to God, to the creator, to the universe, whoever it is that you speak to and that you resonate with, be grateful to them for it. You know, be thankful for the rain, be thankful that you can walk, be thankful for the pains in your body. Just like not being like, oh, thank you for my broken leg. Like just be grateful for the things that you can actually muster thanks for. You know, you can sit down and do like a gratitude journal, which is super excellent way to improve your capability for receiving, is to be doing a gratitude journal every day. You can do it either in the morning or the evening, where you list the things out that you're grateful for in a futuristic way. So like something that you're trying to manifest or the lifestyle that you're trying to lead. Thank you for the feelings, adding that feeling behind it. Thank you for the feeling of freedom that I have every day because I wake up and I know that I don't have to stress about bills. Thank you for the dollar that you sent me last week because it made a difference in my gas tank. Thank you for the person in front of me paying for me because I really needed that donut today. Like whatever it is, just being grateful, and then also finding the joy in it, the joy or the laughter or the funny part of it. If you can find something funny to laugh at and be happy, you will bring up that happy emotion inside yourself, and it will make the universe cue into that as well. Like, oh, no matter what happens, she is happy. Oh, then I'm gonna send her great things. If she's always happy and she's a happy person, that's why it's always called like happy-go-lucky. Because when you are happy and you are living in that high happy vibration, there is literally a scripture and it says that God made man that he may have joy. Okay, that might not be the exact words, but he created man that they could have joy. He didn't want us to be sad every day. He didn't want us to be stressing so much. He wanted us to be able to enjoy our lives and live every day more happy than the last one, honestly, and to just listen. If we just listen to the universe, listen to God, he will guide you on the happiest path for you. And I'm not saying it's going to be the easiest, but it's definitely going to be the happiest. But that's a whole nother video. But so those are my 3 tips for today. Is first off, define what is feminine for you, what you want to look like and how you want your life to be. Second is connecting with your body and the elements that are in your body and on earth. And then third is expanding your capability for receiving so that the universe can just pour into you and you can hold on to all of it and be able to enjoy it. Again, my name is Whitney and I appreciate you coming today to my channel, and I hope that you come back because it's only going to get better from here. Have an amazing day and week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.